All right, we are back in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome to the very first episode of 2021, which is crazy to think because I thought that 2020 literally would never end, but here we are. Like most people, I want to make changes in my life in 2021, and I found that just putting it all out there publicly and having the world hold me accountable has been the best way for me to go about this. So here I am once again sharing with all of you the 5 goals or the 5 things I'm looking to accomplish in 2021. Benjamin Franklin is credited with a quote, which is early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And right now I'm already going to bed pretty early and I'm already getting up pretty early. And so my goals are kind of focused around those 3 things: health, wealth, and wisdom. So with that, let's get started. I lost just over 50 pounds last year, and I've kind of realized that setting a number goal for weight loss just wasn't really doing it for me. And so my first goal that I have in 2021 is that I want to end the year, I want to feel good. And I know that, to have a public goal that only I can judge and only I can grade probably isn't the best goal to start with, but I will know by the end of 2021 how I feel. There's a lot of changes I'm about to make in my life, and the goal is that when I leave 2021, I just feel a lot better than I feel right now. That's my mobility, my flexibility, my gut health. There's a lot of things that go into that, but I want to feel good with where I am heading into 2021. So that's kind of like my first goal. Now, the next goal is definitely something that I can measure and make sure that I either accomplish or I don't. I've been kicking this idea around for a while. I've even voiced it a couple times on the channel as well. But I am going to attempt to go full on vegan for an entire year of 2021. I'm like 6 or 7 days in. It's the 6th. So I'm 6 days in, and so far so good. But it's something that I want to do because over the last couple of months, I've kind of eliminated meat and dairy from my diet, and I felt a lot better because of it. And so just for a full year, I want to see what it's like or how I feel by going full on vegan and seeing where that world takes me. And if for whatever reason I'm not feeling good on it, I will gladly renounce it at any time. For my next goal, I kicked off 2021 doing the Less Is Now documentary challenge from The Minimalists. And I'm hoping that doing this challenge over the next 30 days helps springboard me into a more minimalistic lifestyle in general. Minimalism to me focuses more on spending your time and money on things that bring you joy and bring you happiness. And, for a long time now, those things have not been associated with the material items that somehow wind up in our home. By the end of the Less Is Now challenge, that means I would have donated, sold, or recycled 465 items. And my wife's doing that too, so double that. That's an incredible way to declutter your house and start fresh heading into the new year. But living a more minimalistic lifestyle means not replacing all those items with more useless junk. And because of the way I'm viewing the world now, I think minimalism is going to help me with the wealth part too, because I'm not going to be spending as much money on the material side. I'm really just focusing on making sure my money goes towards my investment of me and my personal body and the relationships and the experiences and the things that bring me true joy and value in the world. My wife and I have a much longer term goal than 2021 to be work optional by the time that we're 40. So we got a decade more ahead of us to where we really want to buckle down, and all of the decisions that we make now affect that future plan. We also don't want to sacrifice the future for the now, because there's no guarantee in life that you're going to make it to being 40 or that you make it to another decade. And so we also understand that we're not going to just live a terrible life now so we can hopefully pinch pennies to save later. We're just being very aware and very conscious of how we're spending our money. So I guess I forgot to say it, but I guess goal number 3 would be just transitioning to a more minimalistic lifestyle. Here is my 4th goal, and it has everything to do with relationships and experiences, which is a massive pillar in terms of human sustainability. Since moving to Arizona, we came up with a bucket list that has roughly 40 things that we want to accomplish in the entire state of Arizona before we eventually leave here. And what's nice about most of the things that you do in Arizona is that it combines a lot of the other goals that we have, which is, physical health. Almost all of it includes hiking or walking long distances because there's just a bunch of beautiful places out here to see and to experience. And it also involves relationships because it's a lot of time that I can to spend one-on-one with my wife. And almost none of the places we go to ever have service, so I get to eliminate my cell phone as well. So it's kind of like a win-win across the board. So we want to make sure that we accomplish every single thing on that list of about 40 before we leave Arizona. It's a very long, lengthy list, and it's a very long, lengthy task, but I guess that's why you put goals that are unrealistic out into the world. And speaking of unrealistic goals, my final goal of 2021 is to read 52 books this year. Now, one tiny little caveat. I count reading books as reading a physical book, listening to an audiobook, or doing a Blinkist recap of a book. I did this strategy last year and I only read 22, so it's going to be a very large stretch, however you want to look at it. There you have it, my 5 goals heading into 2021. I appreciate all of you being a part of the OHS community, and we're just looking to keep it growing. So like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on notifications, and more importantly, share this video with somebody who might have a similar goal that I have, or if you just want to have people start talking and thinking about goals. Begin to engage with the community down below. Drop a comment of what your goals are in 2021 and let the community hold you accountable. That's what it's all about. Not a scientist or a doctor, just a normal guy in a quest to better himself.